For 47 lonely years, Toby had longed for a companion to warm his nights. He had done everything in his power, it seemed. He talked to the women he liked, asked them out on dates, bought paid memberships to the hottest dating sites, and even went on retreats hosted by so-called romance gurus, but all in vain. Not in one in his whole existence ever had gone to bed with him other than his wishes and a box of Kleenex. They were more than just for his tears. His despair had reached to the point where even his job failed to fulfill him. He remembered how he felt when he started working at the Carewell home for seniors. There was a warmth that followed flew him, a certain knowledge that he was part to make his positive difference in people's lives. Now, how the daily sights and sounds only brought him pain, he would watch with jealousy as a resident or another sat in the common room, surrounded by a loving family members. Will that ever be me? Toby wondered then. The crippling fear of dying alone would grip him, sending him almost to his knees. It was almost an all-day's work. In one dark, dreary winter day, when Toby was feeling lowest, he met Jane. He walked into the kitchen at Carewell to find her by herself, standing precariously on the chair in front of the open cabinet, trying to reach a glass on its top shelf. "Here," Toby said. "Let me help." Jane gave out a yelp, obviously surprised to hear another one voice. The start was soon enough to knock her off balance. Toby raced to catch her. As the glass shattered on the floor, Jane fell in Toby's arms, and there she shook as a leaf as Toby held her. Their eyes locked for a moment. They were both silent. "Oh my goodness," Jane said at the latest. Toby snapped to, "Are you all right?" "Yes," said Jane. "I think so." She turned her body slowly, walked towards the shards of glass that littered the floor. "Oh, don't worry about that," Toby said. "I'll clean it up." "Oh," Jane said, clearly still in shock from her fall. "Thank you," she managed to say at least. She blinked a few times and let the room fall silent before speaking again. "Well," she said, "I'd better get back to work." And with that she smiled and huffed out of the room. Toby was awestruck. It was humbling beginning, yes, but a beginning nevertheless. All it took was a flash of her radiant smile and burned through his haze. He knew that she was the one. She had to be. There was any justice left in the universe? From then on it became his goal to bring Jane home. Day after day he found his reasons to see her, often going out of his way to do so. Each time he laid a charm on his compliments and little gifts, she lapped it up to be like a thirsty dog looking at a warm summer puddle. Each night, Jane would consume Toby's fantasies. She'd imagine how she'd look, wrapped loosely in silken light nightgown that fluttered the cold night air. And now she would be hardened from the chill and the marked fabric into seductively. Then he saw her nothing at all, and the moonlight bathing her skin as his hands ran all the way down her torso, finding at least a prize between her thighs. Making love to Jane became more and more than a desire. It was as needed, as well as Toby, as food or air. At last his opportunity came. It was late last year, and the days were prematurely dark, as the other members of the staff were busy hanging around New Year's decorations. Toby and Jane stole an opportunity to slip away. "Jane," he once said when they were alone, "I really like you." "I like you too," she said, with a bat of her eyelashes. Toby blushed and nearly swooned, but found it hard within himself to continue. "Well, I was wondering. I thought maybe you'd like to come to my place." "Okay," said Jane with an enthusiastic nod. Toby was ecstatic. He wasted no time, peering out in the hallway. He could see that the coast was clear, and that they wouldn't be discovered as they slipped out. How stupid his co-workers were. He thought no one, it seemed, was ever watching when they should have been. He shielded Jane from the cold as they both hurried across the parking lot to his car. "Where are we going, Jimmy?" she asked. Toby smiled. It was adorable the way she would forget things. It had become a part of their daily interactions. He knew better than to try and correct her the demon out suffer, so He simply replied, "We're going to my house." "Oh," said Jane, seeming to understand. "Are we going to see Linda?" Sure," Toby said. He would let her think whatever she wanted, as long as it made her compliment. All throughout the drive, Toby could barely contain his excitement. He throbbed against the inside of his clothes, imagining their dear little yelps his young tool would fetch him from Jane. How long had it been since her last time? At least 20, maybe 30 years. So much as to tighten back up, Toby thought. He was good for sure would be no need for Kleenex tonight. What's up, my pretties? It's the Lion Queen here. I want to appreciate you all for tuning into this video, and I do appreciate you guys supporting my video by giving this video likes and stuff. If you really enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like, comment and subscribe if you're new, ring the bell for notifications to when I upload so that way you guys will get updated for whenever I upload. If you want to follow me on Twitter or DeviantArt, feel free to leave a follow on those if you are interested in following me on those socials. If you want to support my backup channel, known as Miss Dark Shigo, feel free to subscribe to it, as a link to that will also be in the About page section. And with that being said, and that being the case, thank you so much for watching, my pretties, and as always, stay pretty.